Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to a very brief episode of Tailosive Unboxed, except this wasn't sent to me. This is just something I needed to do, and I'm glad we have a channel like Tailosive Talks where I can do kind of these mini unboxings, because I just love the experience of unpackaging Apple products, really of any price range of any kind of Apple product. It's just fun to unbox it on camera, and I got a Magic Mouse, and I bet a lot of you are wondering, why did Drew just buy the Apple Magic Mouse 2? Well, in case you didn't notice during some of the more recent Twitch streams on Tailosive Tech, I've had to go back to using this crappy Logitech Bluetooth keyboard. It was cheap, it was like 20 bucks. We bought it for the Mac Mini, but the thing is, it still requires a USB port, and there's only 2 of them on the Mac Mini, so that's kind of limiting when you need to plug in things like microphones and stuff like that. So for a while, if you guys remember, I did have a Magic Keyboard and a Magic Mouse that was hooked up to the Mac Mini, but those were the keyboard and mouse that came with the 5K iMac, which, as you know in more recent history, I traded the 5K iMac, which included the keyboard and mouse, for that new MacBook Pro, which we're getting a lot of use out of it. My wife is at home right now using the MacBook Pro, editing the next video for the Ericsson's channel. But that means that once we gave away the iMac, I had to go back to using the crappy mouse and crappy keyboard that disconnects a lot of the time, and I absolutely would not recommend to people out there. And luckily, I had some leftover Apple Store gift cards, so I did not have to spend my own money on the Magic Mouse, which I've actually never unboxed it like this before. Wow. I'm used to getting it included when I buy a new iMac, but that's what it looks like if you buy it straight from Apple. Just the mouse out like this. Oh, wow. That's kind of clever. Look at that. The packaging kind of wraps around this. Oh, and it pops right off. How fancy is that? This will make a fine addition to my collection. And I don't believe it. Oh, it does. It does come with a lightning cable, so that's kind of handy. I have way too many of these things, but I usually give them away to friends and family along the way when people are like, I need a charger. I'm like, don't worry, I got tons of these things. You can have this one. So it comes with a lightning cable so that you can stupidly charge this Magic Mouse. No doubt, this thing has a very stupid charging method, but I gotta be honest, plugging it in every 6 weeks or so, opposed to having to go and find AA batteries, I'd rather just plug it in via lightning, which I'm actually charging my Space Gray Magic Mouse right now, and I can just plug it in like that, and you can't use it at the same time, but again, it's the nicest mouse I've ever used. I like the idea that you can scroll side to side and up and down with this mouse very, very easily. Terrible for gameplay, but wonderful for editing. So I'm gonna go ahead and just flip this switch, because I just flipped the switch, I'm sorry, for the Magic Mouse, and try to get it to connect to my Mac Mini right here. I know some people are probably wishing that I got the Space Gray Magic Mouse too to match the Space Gray Mac Mini, but it's like way more expensive. I think it's like an extra $30 or $40 just to get this in Space Gray, and while it would be cool to have it match the Mac Mini, I'm not the kind of guy to spend that much extra money just on making sure that my mouse is Space Gray. Plus, I'm in the silver ecosystem now anyway, so who cares? Silver Magic Mouse for me, that's the more affordable one, and we will get it connected here. Magic Mouse 2 connected, and boom, we've got a good old-fashioned Magic Mouse now connected to the Mac Mini. So, like I said, a very short episode of Tailosive Unboxed, but in other news, the Pixel 3 XL has returned to the office because my wife is not using it anymore, and I'd love to tell you why, but why doesn't she just do it instead? Well, hey Louise, you're back.
I am back.
Thank you
Hello,
for coming
everyone.
back. Return to Tailosive Talks. And by the way, your video about how you like the Pixel became, I think, the most popular on the entire channel.
No, on the entire internet.
On the entire internet. She's surpassed, I think she's surpassed Despacito in views. Can see Louis, my wife likes the Pixel 3. 7 billion views. Everyone on the planet wants to know that the Apple chief's significant other wife loves the Pixel 3.
Wife. You have another wife?
So I was trying to say like significant other
/
as well as wife.
Yes.
Likes the Pixel 3 XL, but
I do.
A lot of people on this channel may not know you switched back.
I did.
To the iPhone 8 Plus.
I mean, was this really surprising though? I mean, in the last video, I said I'm most likely going to switch back, and of course I did. But
now, I'd like to mention that you started complaining about the Pixel 3 only a few days after we did that video, but I'll let you take over. Goes. Okay. So you explain it from your perspective.
Well, basically a lot of things started happening, mostly apps crashing which it doesn't really bother me usually, but it's like YouTube, which is one of the main apps that I use, and it would crash 5 times consecutively.
Which I had the same experience with Chrome. I never had that problem with YouTube though, which is interesting. Is that when we reset the phone and gave it to you, you had a different app that consistently crashed. And you use YouTube a lot, I know.
Right.
And I remember us being in the car, and you are typically the DJ wherever we go. She's choosing tunes, and she was paired to the Bluetooth in the car. And wouldn't you be on like playlists, and they wouldn't like keep playing?
Yeah. So normally when I play a playlist like on my iPhone 8 on YouTube, it would just keep playing, like autoplay is on, so it shouldn't stop. But on the Pixel, for some reason, it would only play one song at a time. Then I'd have to open my phone again, and then it would keep playing. So I didn't understand why that was happening.
Even with autoplay turned on this?
Yeah, little things like that.
So was it mainly the apps crashing, or was it...
Sometimes the phone was just getting slow, freezing.
And starting
Other
to get a
apps
little frustrating.
crashed too. Like I'd budget on this app called Mint, and Mint crashed a lot.
You guys have no idea how smart she is with finances, and
Not
how she
really.
like...
I would be like investing if I was actually smart.
She's like hacker woman on Mint. She's
How
like,
to hack
we're
into
making
Bitcoin.
money right now. We're making so much money right now. And the fact that Mint was not working well for her means that we're losing money
Yeah.
when we use this.
And I can't have that, so I had to go back to the iPhone. And also, I think this one's almost as pretty as this one.
You like that color still better?
I do. Well, I don't know if better, because this one kind of reminds me of like blood.
This is a blood
Blood's
red.
really pretty, actually. Sorry. You should cut this
Have
out.
you seen...
They're gonna think I'm a psychopath.
Have you seen, do you like blood? You should check out the Erics.
No.
I'm kidding. Have you seen a blush gold 8 Plus? Do you like that color better than this?
That's not called blush gold, is it?
I'm sorry.
That's
It's
like-
just gold, but I call it blush gold because it's
I
like...
still don't think it's as pretty as this. I like that there's a matte part of it. It's like
you like the matte finish?
75% of it's matte. And then
Did you notice, like, in certain light, these kind of scuffs that build along the sides? Do you see them?
I don't. But I think that's all phones if you're caseless. I actually...
See this? See the line?
Yeah, well, I don't think that's a scuff. I think that's just like...
It doesn't come off.
Oh, okay, never mind. It's a scuff.
Okay.
But I usually have a case on
That's
my
true.
8.
We should have
just
got a
wanted
case
to-
for this. So you went back to the iPhone, and
did.
I do notice there are still things you missed, though, that you liked about the Pixel.
Yeah, definitely picture-in-picture. I miss that. I think it's really... I don't want to call Apple stupid, because obviously they're way ahead of the game, but on some things they are behind, like picture-in-picture.
Right.
Or the chat bubbles. Those are just little conveniences that make your life so much better. So yeah, I think Apple should adopt those features.
Yeah. I agree with the chat bubbles. Picture-in-picture I don't extensively want on a phone because
I know you like bigger screens.
Well, I
able to do that.
I like the big screen of my iPhone, but when I use the Pixel and I use picture-in-picture, it was kind of handy, but I found myself constantly moving it. I was always like, now it's in the way, now it's in the way.
Yeah,
now
that
it's
didn't
in the way.
bother me at all, because I just like seeing the video.
Yes.
It's like I can be checking Twitter and watching a YouTube video.
Well,
like, that's
yeah.
crazy.
I agree with
Insane.
you. The option should be there because
Yes.
obviously if they put in picture-in-picture, I wouldn't have to use it. So having the option there for people who want
Yeah,
it is
I
important.
agree, and I would use it. I'm one of those people.
For sure. So thank you for also participating in
You're welcome.
the Pixel Challenge with me. We're
I
gonna
mean, I
have to
only
find
did it for like a week and a half, though, so don't
10,
count on
11
my
days.
review.
Yeah, but still, that's for a normal tech YouTuber. That's about as much attention as
Which
they
I
give
am
it.
not, by the way, so don't trust in what I'm saying.
But clearly, this audience is very interested in your opinions, more than mine, in fact.
Only because you're an Apple sheep, and so they want something that's like, your kryptonite, kind of.
So
Am I using the right reference?
Yes, no. Can this thumbnail be me going?
What? Like me shoving the phone? into it, or what?
You holding the Pixel like, and I'm going.
Okay, yeah. We'll take the picture
Okay.
after.
Well, I'll just screen cap it.
Okay, well, I wanted to say one more thing. I still overall had a great experience with the Pixel, and it will be dearly missed, but it's time to lay it to rest. So, RIP.
Let's get some keys. Well, thank you for coming on again,
welcome.
and we'll see you in the next one.
Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Wait, do you want to do the thumbnail real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, so what am I doing?
Be like pointing at it going, put it a little more over there. There you go. Kind of like, face.
I don't know what an face is. Am I supposed to be looking at it?
Just kind of off into the space, just on the ceiling. Like,
I'm so bad. Okay.
It's okay. You got it.
I look like I'm high. Oh, sorry.
I thought you were making the phone.
Okay.
Go ahead. And then move the phone over there. There you go.
Can I just grimace? Like.
Yeah. Good. Thank you. Okay.
You're gonna have such a hard time finding a screen grab.